Welcome back to another vlog. I'm in my car again. I'm at the gym again. So I planned to record this weekend, but I did not expect to start recording yesterday. I was sitting on the couch and my husband pops into the room. He had just gone into the other room to like play his video games, decompress, whatever. And he pops back into the living room where I was journaling, and he's like, "Hey, how much energy do you have?" And it was like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Do you want to go do something?" I'm like, "Okay." And like he never does this. It's usually me trying to surprise him with things, but I was like, "Sure." Like, say less. And he's like, "Okay, well, we'll be home late." I'm like, "Oh, all right, fine, whatever." So we get in the car and I'm like excited because again, he doesn't do this and I like this. So I'm like, dancing. We drive for about a half hour. He puts the GPS on so I know that it's somewhere we haven't been before. I start seeing signs for like a carnival and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what we're doing. So we park. We have to walk 8 minutes from the parking situation to the carnival. We went through the carnival very quickly. It was a little cramped, I would say, which is fine. There was just a lot of people there, which makes me think they do this every year. But while we were walking through, my husband's like, "Hey, are you done?" I'm like, "Yeah." I don't really like maneuvering through all these people who clearly do not want to get out of the way. Like, I'm good. And we walked by one of the games, which was, you throw the dart, pop the balloon, get a prize. I'm usually good at that. I was not this time. I gave the guy $10. He goes, "You win every time, no matter what." I was like, "No matter what, okay." The thing that drew me to this game was a little moose with a bow tie. You've already seen him. I've named him Bruno. And, I saw him and I stopped. And I was like, I want that moose. I want that moose so bad. He looked so sad and lonely. He was like tucked in the corner. Anyway, it was $10 for 3 darts. I was not gonna spend more than that. It's kind of crazy that I spent that much anyway. But it was cash, so nothing left my bank account. It's fine. Throw the first dart, hit the board. I was like, great. And mind you, there were like 12 balloons up on this board and maybe 50 spaces for balloons. So easy to miss, I guess, but it's also a skill issue. I throw the second one, missed the board completely. I'm like, oh my god. And the guy running the game was like, "You gotta throw it harder." So I chucked the last one. It bounced off the board. That's how hard I threw it. And then he slid 2 more darts over to me, and my husband was like, "Oh, let me take one," right? And my husband throws the dart, pops the balloon, but the guy wasn't paying attention because he was helping like a little boy and his mom who wanted to get set up with the game. So we kind of just like stood there for a little bit, and then I threw the last dart, missed again, and finally he stopped helping the little boy and his mom, looked over to us, didn't realize that my husband had gotten one, and he goes, "Say pop." And I was like, "Pop." He goes, "Oh my gosh, you won. What do you want?" He's like, "You can choose from these, from this and this." And then he makes his way over to where the moose is. He's like, "Any of these?" I'm like, "Can I have the moose? Can I have the moose, please?" I didn't realize that there were 2 different ones. He reaches for the one at the very top. I was like, "Oh no, can I have the really sad, lonely one on the bottom?" He goes, "Oh, okay, little moose. Here you go." And that's how we acquired Bruno. So it's funny because our first date, a similar situation happened. I paid for the game with the intention to win, and my husband took over one for me, and I got a prize. So that's how we got Colin the corn dog, which we no longer have because he's ginormous and fits nowhere in our house, but his memory will live on, and we have pictures. Anyway, I gotta get into the gym. I've been yapping for a while. I only have like 50 minutes left, and I gotta go in there and I gotta talk about switching my plan. I'm paying for the most expensive one right now. And before you call me stupid, it was because I got the membership with the intention of bringing my husband all the time. And we did that for a while, and then he just stopped wanting to go. He wants to go, but he's like too tired to wake up with me in the morning, so he hasn't been going with me. It's just been me by myself. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking of switching to the cheaper plan, just one person, one location." And he's like, "Yeah, okay." I'm like, "I could change it at any point, but seems good for right now." So I'm gonna go in and do that, and yeah. I'm back in the car. I am upset. I mean, It's 8:01 now. I've been here for 50 minutes and it feels like I did nothing. And I've said this before, I need to create a different split for myself for this day of the week because it makes me angry. Because not only does it feel like I didn't do anything, I know that I'm not going to be sore the next couple days, so it's like I did nothing. So it's like I did nothing, and it feels like I did nothing. It's just, I don't know. And opposite of that, one of the grips on the machines is like leaking glue or whatever, and I got that on my shorts, and I don't know if it's going to come out because it's this dark brown goo. Just, I don't know. I'm being dramatic, I know that, but to come all the way here, spend almost an hour here just to feel nothing is aggravating. Very aggravating. But it's fine. I also haven't eaten, so, but I'm not hungry. So I don't think it's hunger. I think it's just like being sick of feeling this way every single Saturday. Anyway, I'm gonna work on that later on, but I gotta go home and get ready for work. Okay, plans change quickly around here. I hope you can keep up. I have not gone grocery shopping. That's usually exactly what I do after I go to work on Saturdays, but my husband has decided to take me with him to go on a 4+ hour road trip to another state to pick up some car parts. So I may sleep here tonight, I might not. We don't know yet. So that's what's going on. I'm freaking out a little bit, but it's okay. Because, like, if I don't grocery shop today, I can't meal prep first thing tomorrow morning. And if I'm not even home tonight, I can't meal prep tomorrow morning. So either way, tomorrow I'm meal prepping at some point after church. And I kind of wanted to go to this orchard. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll see. It's the next day, it's Sunday. We did make it home last night, which is great. Did not get the chance to go shopping, so I'm not doing meal prep this morning, which is fine. The grocery store opens up in half an hour, so I'll be headed there shortly. I am a little sore today. My workout yesterday, so that's progress. The trip yesterday was fun. It was a long drive, but I guess it would have felt a lot longer if my husband hadn't brought me. We got what we went for, which was great, and the person we dealt with was really respectful and great to talk to and made us feel a lot better about where we were. After grocery shopping, I'm gonna make my husband some breakfast. I don't eat on Sunday mornings. It's like a fast, just a mini one. After that, at some point today, I'll do meal prep, and I really want to go to an orchard if time allows, so hopefully I get to do that. This is our fridge, by the way. Okay, grocery shopping is done. So I've been going to this grocery store for not a whole year, but almost there. And they have like this membership that, you know, they give you a card, it's free, you get discounts on whatever. They have in-store deals as well as out of store. And every single time I go to the cash register, I give them that card thinking that it's gonna make a difference. 9 times out of 10, it does not change anything. Okay, so today I get to the belt, I'm going to pay. I was like, oh hey, is this card gonna make a difference? Cause I'm alone, so I bag the groceries myself, and then anyway, it took forever. She told me the total and I was like, oh hey, does this make a difference? And she goes, oh, you have to get the app. I was like, there's an app? She's like, yeah, that's how you collect the points and get money off. I was like, no one told me that. When I signed up, they had a little slip for me to sign up for the membership on. No mention of an app. And trust me, I remember that page. I do. It's not their fault. I get like 100 emails a day from them. It's probably mentioned somewhere in the emails, but I stood there and I stared at her like this. I was like, oh, all this time I had to get the app. But anyway, total was $85, so only $5 over budget, and I had that money. So I'm going home now, and then I'll make breakfast for the husband, and then we'll get ready for church. We're back home from church. One of our pastors did a really great sermon on miracles and healing and how, the Bible still holds power. God still holds power. He hasn't changed. The same miracles that happened back then can happen now. And it was good timing since right now my family and I are praying for healing / comfort for my grandfather. So it was a good reminder for us, or me. I am in the middle of meal prep right now. After meal prep, my husband and I will be going to the orchard to pick some raspberries and strawberries. Blueberries are not in season yet, but that's okay. There's another orchard we go to for those, so. Apologies in advance for my hair, but I just wanted to film an update. I drove with my husband all the way to the orchard thinking that we had 2 hours left in the day before they closed. Turns out we were there 2.5 hours late to their closing time. Website said a certain time, Google said a certain time, thought we were golden, we get there. Parking situation is horrendous. The view though, gorgeous. Mountain in the background, trees, insane. That made it more worth it. Seeing all that prettiness was nice because I don't get that over here at all. But yeah, so nowhere to park. Didn't see anybody standing around. There was a lady with a tripod filming herself, taking pictures of herself. I mean, I get it, sis, but you're in the middle of nowhere. So I called the number for the orchard, and it's an automated, it rings once and then they give you the whole spiel. Oh, welcome, and you can do this and this. Oh, by the way, picking for raspberries and whatever starts at 8 a.m., ends at 12 noon. I'm like, okay, I guess we're not doing this today. So we left and I was like, there's no way we came all the way out here for nothing. There was an ice cream place that we passed on the way to the orchard, decided to stop there. I have been trying to not eat as much sugar. I haven't had a lot of sugar in a couple weeks now. Today I got a scoop of vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and then rainbow sprinkles, and then hopefully I won't have sugar again for another couple weeks. But we did that, then we drove home. My husband's working on his car right now. I've been laying on the couch watching financial YouTube videos, not really doing anything productive, but it's Sunday. My husband says I'm go, go, go all week and don't stop. I disagree. I think I have plenty of downtime, but he told me to relax, especially after the disappointment at the orchard. I was like I wasn't gonna cry. I was not gonna cry. It's definitely not something to cry about. So I guess the rest of the evening will be dinner, which is gonna be pizza. Not a super healthy choice, I know, but that's our Sunday thing. Could probably do with a shower. I wanna vacuum, clean everything. I might do my hour walk. I've skipped that the past two days. Friday was the fireworks, Saturday was the trip, and we got home at a decent time. I just didn't feel like it, so I'm really hoping that this week I get back on that because it's been a little harder this past week. I haven't been wanting to do it. I have been, besides Friday, Saturday. But yeah, that's my update. Sorry that I wasn't able to film any of the prettiness. I was driving, and I do not use my phone while I drive because that's dangerous.